You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.
Hello, Dash Radio. I'm Yama Brown.
I'm Heather Hayes.
And we are
Soul Sisters.
And today, we have a very, very special guest in the house. And this is a special time for Soul Sisters, because y'all know we don't be up this early.
No.
Only for the good Reverend Doctor.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
I would just be rolling over right now like,
Listen, had I known, I'd have brought y'all breakfast.
Oh, see? Yum, you ain't in your job. You're
No,
supposed
she
to tell
didn't do her
him.
job.
Well, he here.
I'm here.
I'm on my job.
Yes.
Well, we want to thank you for being here, Dr. Bryant.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes. First things first. Thank you. First things first. Can we get a North Newburgh?
A North Newburgh?
Yeah, I hear
A
you driving that far.
Newburgh
We live
north
on
of the
this side
city.
of town.
Can we work on an 11:30 service and get you a helicopter
Yes,
from
it is.
Lithonia
Yeah, to Atlanta.
What part of town is Newburgh in? That's not north?
It's east.
That's east.
I don't know. Y'all, I've been here 65 days. I don't know. Let me fill the east first before we talk about another location. I
Like,
need to,
don't even try it.
no,
It's too much.
Skype in. Skype in. I can't do another location.
Not
But you
Skype
can do
in.
another service, right?
I can do another
We
service
know that.
after we fill that first one. I'm not doing nothing extra. No. You got to concentrate your energy and your focus.
Oh, my goodness.
One service.
I love it. I love it. Well, I came to the opening,
did.
opening day.
My first day.
Your first day at
Yes.
New Birth,
Yeah.
and it was extraordinary. I had a wonderful time. Unfortunately, I haven't been back.
It's all right.
But I have been watching.
That
Thank you.
drive
online.
is serious, though.
I have been
But y'all
watching.
drive everywhere in Atlanta. Stop it.
Yeah, but oof.
How long it take you to get here?
Oh, 10 minutes.
Oh, that's not a
10,
good
15.
example.
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
One straight shot. It took me a little longer this morning because I'm not out this early, so I was not expecting all the traffic, but a straight shot down one street. So,
Okay, never mind.
but
Well-
I'm gonna come. I told Yama I'm going to come.
Well,
Okay.
don't tell me. Tell Pastor. He
I'm
right
going
here.
to come.
I got a great cloud of witnesses. Thank
Okay.
you.
So, first of all, welcome back to Atlanta.
Thank you.
Yes, because you're a Morehouse man.
I am.
The house.
Amen.
Oh Lord.
That's what they call it.
Okay.
You didn't hear Samuel
I was
Jackson at the
This is the
Oscars?
thing. I was just thinking Morehouse.
Yes,
That's
what were you
interesting.
saying about Morehouse?
Well, no, the funny thing, Morehouse was where, when I was in high school, that's where all the boys were. We used to drive past there. Like, we had no business driving past. Like, ooh, college boys. Like, and everybody in Morehouse was cute according to us. So
Oh, yeah.
we had to drive.
That wasn't a rumor.
He said, oh, yes.
No, that's absolutely true. I'm glad you saw the epiphany early.
So Pastor Brian has come here from Baltimore.
Yes.
He was the senior pastor of Empowerment Temple.
Yes.
And now the senior pastor of New Birth. And I know I got some New Birth people in the house listening.
yes.
I already know y'all listen, trying to
Oh,
sneak and listen while y'all at work.
Deep. Absolutely. I'm trying to get you in.
Oh,
there
you
are.
good? Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. I'm there. All right, so tell us, why New Birth?
Why not New Birth?
Okay.
New Birth is an amazing church, amazing ministry. Bishop Eddie Long left an incredible legacy for the body of Christ. It has been the standard for what progressive and effective ministry looks like. And so I'm honored to come behind them and fill in the shoes.
Yeah. A tremendous church and all of his teachings. I mean, just so beloved.
Absolutely.
So beloved.
And it is full circle of paying forward. Bishop Long helped pay my way through Morehouse.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Right. My parents at the time were bishops over in Africa. So they clearly didn't have that money for that out-of-state tuition. And Bishop Long and Pastor Floyd Flake out of New York stepped up to the plate and helped me get through school.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That is full circle.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
sure.
Yeah, well, I can't think me. I'm a little biased. I can't think of a better person to be the senior pastor.
Me neither.
Because see there, now he going too far.
I can't.
Oh my goodness.
That's where I'm supposed to be.
Just a little bit of history. I've been knowing Pastor Bryant since we were
Since
knee high
before we
to a
were
grasshopper.
alive. We knew each other before we were alive.
Yeah, you got to tell the
Yes.
folks the story. Now
Okay.
they can hear the story.
Absolutely. So my dad, Bishop Jamal Bryant, and her mother,
Dee Dee.
Mama D. Well, let's not use that term, but Dee Dee. Dee Dee were best friends in high school, and there was a place where they had concerts called the Hippodrome Theater.
Yeah.
And this singer, is he from Augusta, Georgia?
Yeah.
From Augusta, Georgia, came to the Hippodrome Theater in Baltimore, Maryland, and they left school early so that they could stand in
Skipping
line.
school.
Oh, Lord.
And Mr. James Brown pulled up in his limo and saw Yama's mother. And he saw the Star Spangled Banner. She left my dad out in the line, didn't even pull him into VIP, just left him in Gem Pop. Left him there.
That's
and
cool.
Mama D and James Brown went on to make this beautiful young lady beside me. And now here we are. 3 million years later.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So that's a little history that I didn't even know, y'all. But I remember running around Bethel
Yeah.
with this one over here.
Getting in trouble?
Yep.
Let me
Baby.
tell y'all this. So Yama went to private school. Don't let her fake these credentials. What? She don't have no street credibility at all.
I went to school in the city.
You went to school in the city. Yama went to private school.
Private school.
Yama,
We all went to private school.
Oh no,
so we know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So she
He talking about I ain't got no street
she had
cred.
all hood friends,
But we went to private
but
school.
went to private school.
That's how you keep an even
So,
balance.
yeah, so she would have skip day at the house.
Oh.
You see, my thing is falling apart.
at
See,
the
because you
house.
telling
yeah.
them fibs.
Oh yeah,
Not
no.
at the house.
Oh no, she was doing it. What was that street? What's that street you used to live on?
Vasquez Road.
No.
What?
What's that main? It's like going. It's around the corner from where Empowerment Temple is.
Oh, Liberty Road.
Oh, were you on Liberty?
Yeah, we were off of Liberty.
No, you right by where that where not the Amtrak, where the subway station is.
Oh,
you go
no.
up this way, and I'm up at the plaza.
No,
Yes.
we wasn't that close.
Yes. yes.
We wasn't that close to the city.
Your house wasn't on that corner.
We were in Baltimore County and Randallstown.
Let me tell you this. I know we in the age of cable. But these were the Negroes who had Super TV. And then once you got Super TV, you made it.
You made it.
Oh, yeah. They didn't have
like,
that in the
what's
city.
that?
You don't remember
Why you
Super
trying
TV.
to call me out like
you
that? We supposed to be
Never
cool.
mind. No, we good.
Okay, all right. Well,
we
we
good.
all right.
But
Now
we
that
probably
we
had cable. We probably
Oh,
had
you
extra.
had
Yeah, we
cable.
probably had cable. No,
You had
my
cable.
dad was obsessed with all that kind of stuff. So we
yeah.
had projectors and all kind of stuff. So,
Can I tell you, I'm honored to be with y'all.
oh, thank you. We're honored to
Really?
have you.
yes.
We are honored to have you. I have a question though.
I'm just talking about Shaft. This is it. Can you play that?
He'll play. He can play it for you.
Man, play it. I need it in the background.
All right.
Get me in the mood.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. So
Go
you
ahead.
like Shaft?
Do I?
You love Shaft?
Let me tell you this. When I was in high school, I wouldn't had a, when you used to walk around with beatbox, you too young to know that. You used to walk around with beatbox. Everybody had their own soundtrack.
Oh, and that was yours?
Oh! I was playing Shaft in an Altima. I didn't even
Not
have
in
a
an Altima.
In a Nissan Altima.
Oh, well, hey. Look,
Hey, that was a
whatever.
car back in the day.
Oh, that's when you had cassette tape.
So my question
Yes.
is, clearly
Black
you're a PK.
Moses.
You're a PK kid.
Yes.
So did you always know that you would go into that?
I knew it, but I fought it. So,
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a third generation preacher. So that's what I thought everybody expected me to do. So I'm the typical PK. I was running in the opposite direction.
Okay. But you still feel like there was a calling.
Oh, there was a call while I was being suspended. It was a call when I failed the 11th grade. It was a call when I got put out. It was still a call, but yeah, I had to go through remedial class to answer the phone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, look, however you get here, like
I'm
everybody's
here.
journey is you're here now, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody's journey is their own, of course. So how did you make the decision to come here? That's a big, to me,
Well,
that's a big move.
yeah.
It's a
From
big
Baltimore
jump.
to
You go through those crossroad life experiences where you hit a brick wall and say it's got to be more than this. That nobody ever talks about. You can be successful and unfulfilled. You can be at the top of the game and still feel like you're at the bottom of your heap. And that's where I was at that season of my life. I started my church at 28 with 43 people. It grew to 10,000. We went from 1 service to 3 services, an elementary school, a family life center. And I started scratching my head, can I do this another 20 years? And I didn't feel that same kind of drive and push and pull. And sometimes even in following the call of God, it can be seasonal. And a whole lot of times we look at transition as spiritual warfare or an attack, where it can just be a change.
a change. So I told you, I said I'm gonna ask some questions. I gotta ask some questions. I got to
ask
know.
away.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, so this is the thing for me because I debate kind of sometimes with my mom and stuff like that. So
Yes, we got to get you in here.
I would say your journey has not been without
Yes.
some drama and some all that kind of stuff.
As the world turns.
Yeah.
Honey,
Yes.
that's
So-
what's all.
Do you feel, which I have my own feelings about it, but because there's been ups and downs and a lot of drama, and the thing about it is I think that it's different now.
Yes.
Probably for all of us, but definitely to me for pastors, because we're living in the age of kind of social media and all these different things, and you're not what we would customarily, and that's the problem, what church folks would say a pastor should look like.
Yes.
Clearly, because I think you would appeal to more people like my age and younger than me, which I think is bomb because we want to get to heaven too. So we need some guys. We want to get there too. So we need somebody that can actually, speak to us in a spiritual way.
Right.
And so I feel like you're more under a microscope because when you are a pastor that has 10,000 people in their church, and a lot of you guys have had a lot of, drama or, not without those types of things in your own personal life.
Right.
How do you feel as though you should be held to a different standard because you have received the call from God than other people?
Thank you. So I think to answer your question, all of us know the scripture, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And we believe that for everybody but their pastor. So we believe everybody needs grace except for the pastor. Bishop Jake said to me years ago, don't let your weakness turn into wickedness. Just because you have a weakness, that doesn't mean that that's a force field. And I think that a lot of millennials don't go to church because they don't see authenticity of what ministry is supposed to look like and how it's supposed to exhibit. And so I've made a lot of missteps, a lot of mistakes, but I don't hide around them, but talk about what you said, that it's a part of my journey. And so life and being saved is not perfection. Life and being saved is process. And so God is still processing and purging through areas of me that's not Reverend Dr. Pastor, but there are issues in Jamal that have got to be clarified and have got to be stretched.
Did you feel the weight of because of course new birth is not without scandal and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Did you feel that type of pressure to have to come and try to, take over that particular church with everything that had gone on prior to you being there?
No, because I had my own. So I
agree.
No. So I'm saying, so I didn't.
It's still
a giant step.
You know what I mean? That's a weight to me that people are going to put on your shoulders. Like, because I think sometimes people in church look to the pastor instead of listening to the message.
Yes.
And so I feel like the weight is put on you to fix something that really you weren't responsible for.
Well, you have to listen to the message and the messenger. Is that theologian said, preach often, but only use words when necessary. So in other words, your example has got to be your message. If you and I went to the gym after this and I said, hey, Heather, I want you to meet my trainer. And my trainer's been doing it for 25 years, but he's in the corner eating Chick-fil-A and lemonade and got Doritos. You're like, nah, bro. Skip me. It doesn't mean that he doesn't understand biology and doesn't understand kinetics, but you looking at him saying, no, I don't want to learn from him.
Yes.
And so I think that same measure and that same standard has got to be held. That it doesn't exonerate us from trying to be an example of what it is we're supposed to do.
Which clearly, do you feel the pressure? I just feel like it's a lot of pressure to me, because I've had debates and arguments with people like, pastors are people too. So when do they?
So when God gives the 10 Commandments, it says, thou shalt not steal, shall not commit adultery, shall not bear false witness, shall not kill. Those 10 Commandments are not for preachers. They're for all believers. So all of us have the same standard. So it's amazing when a pastor struggles with something, then it's crucifying. But if you struggle with it, it's God
grace.
knows my heart. And so I think what is our standard of Christianity has been reduced because nobody then advocates for righteousness and holiness. It's your thing. You do what you want to do. And so we don't really, in this hour, pray for repentance. We pray for the cover-up. It's not that I don't want to change, it's I don't want to get caught. And so at some point, the church has got to change. What is its intention? Are we really looking for transformation or transition? Or are we looking for comfort and convenience?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that New Birth is doing. I know you tackling some of the huge issues. You had T.I. and Tamika and all them with the unfinished business behind Gucci and these fashion industry labels that's doing all this crazy stuff. Tell us a little bit more about that and what came out of that
T.I. and I had a town hall meeting Sunday night about the Gucci controversy to really dispel some of the misnomer that it's more than a bag and a belt, but really where are we and what is our accountability? The question is often made, what would you do if you lived in the Jim Crow era? How would you have responded when people were being lynched? And the answer is exactly what you're doing now. The misnomer is that everybody marched with Dr. King. They didn't. That everybody stood with Malcolm X. It was not 300 people in the Audubon Ballroom when he got killed. Wow. And so when you're really doing the righteous work, it's never for the crowd. It's for your conscience. And so you can have the likes of a Floyd Mayweather, absent of conscience, who will just say, oh, this is my money. I can do what it is that I want to do without any real responsibility of what it is that you owe the people who helped you get to where it is that you are. No other place but in America can an illiterate become a billionaire and feel as if they have no responsibility.
Yeah. That's
And what would you say to young people that's listening that don't go to your church that want to know what they can do in their space?
Yeah, I think that change happens incrementally. Small stuff that we don't even really realize is monumental. That juniors in high school should be registering to vote. To know that your grandparents or great-grandparents didn't have that opportunity. The egg on the face of Black Georgia is that Stacey Abrams is not in office. That there needed to be a strong mobilization for that to happen. She's overly qualified, has a track record of authenticity, of community service, of giving back. But we've got to start organizing. We are now walking around with our head in the sand as if 2020 is not coming.
Yeah.
And if we're not prepared on the issues and the policy, then Donald Trump is going to be reelected, and I'm going to be back in the studio, and we're going to be talking about, Reverend Bryant, tell us how did this happen?
All right, we're gonna talk about a little scandal right now. Tell us what you think about Jussie and the aura.
Okay. So I want to say this.
And the reason I'm asking you is because we just talked about
Yes.
the attack of the black icon
Yes.
was what our last topic was. And we were talking about the fact that people will defend them no matter what, if
Yes.
they're black or whatever,
Yes.
because they feel like, well, why are they taking down our people as opposed to, maybe looking at the Harvey Weinsteins and what's not going,
And I
whatever.
think that that's a poor contrast.
That's
Yeah, I think Bill Cosby belongs in jail, having nothing to do with Harvey Weinstein.
Right.
yes.
And so when we keep measuring justice by somebody else's standard, we'll never know what it represents. I argue forthrightly that you show the damaged psychosis of black people and sexuality around the case of R. Kelly. That you would see that young girls started the GoFundMe for his bond. Says that yes, how detached we are from what it is that we're supposed to be doing and how it moves. It was a great debate after the Lifetime 3-part series. They look coerced and didn't feel authentic because we don't want to believe it.
Right.
And I came to church that Sunday, Heather, and argued that I'm in a weakened place to speak on it because all things sexual, the church runs away from. So I don't know anything about your spiritual journey or most of you who are in the studio, but you can't speak to the last time you were in church and heard a sermon about molestation,
No.
a sermon about rape, a sermon about incest. And the only times you hear a sermon about homosexuality is on vilification and not in terms of affirmation of your humanity. So I'm quick to kill you because of who it is that you love, but outside of the bedroom, can I minister to you? So the same people in whom we vilify in one area, we'll say nothing in another area. So I've been in churches, and let me say forthrightly that it's been a part of my own journey because I'm a third-generation preacher. There were times I look back on footage where I was leading the tiki torches and the pitchfork on it, and then I realized my own hypocrisy, that I could preach on homosexuality blindfolded, but I wasn't preaching on fornication. Because everybody preaches on stuff that's not theirs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so it's easy for me to be preaching on, y'all shouldn't be gambling.
Yeah.
I don't gamble. Yeah, so that ain't nothing. I want my money. So it's easy for me to preach against drinking, because I don't drink, and not because of any spiritual reason, but because I've had alcoholics in my family. And I've witnessed and watched it, and so it's not based off of anything I read in the Bible, but I made up in my mind, that's not what I want to do. So I'm going to tell y'all a funny story. I've never preached this in a pulpit anywhere. So this is my first time telling this story. I was a pastor. This is about 10, maybe 12 years ago. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And why you roll your eyes? Be healed. I'm stretching my, whoever it was, it's okay. So about 12 years ago, I was a pastor at the time. 12 years ago, one of my line brothers, one of my fraternity brothers was getting married right here in Atlanta. So I came down for his bachelor party. The bachelor party, Yama, don't
Wait a
judge
minute,
me.
12 years.
I was a pastor.
Okay.
I turned myself in.
All right.
Did I turn myself in?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna let you have it because I know y'all just regular folk. But,
Yeah, no. So,
well, you know what I mean.
yes.
Not,
Isaac, don't leave me out here. So,
I like, don't get me in this.
my line brother's bachelor party was at Magic City.
Oh, Jesus.
So, no, this is a true story. This is about 12 years ago, maybe 13. I want to say 18, but that would be a lie. It was about 13 years ago. And so I came down for my line brother's bachelor party. And I said, y'all, I can't go. I said, there's no way in the world I can go in here.
But tell us the truth. You wanted to go in, didn't you?
Well, I've been
You had been there
I've
before.
been there
when
as a
you was at
Morehouse student.
Morehouse.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Now,
All right.
yeah, no. So
Okay.
They gave me Yama a baseball hat, sunglasses.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm sitting in the back. I'm here for support. I wasn't there for entertainment. I was there for support. My man is getting married in the morning. I want to be there for him. This is his last night. So I go, I'm sitting in the back.
Goodness.
Like, Lord, I got to get out of here. It's jam-packed. It's a Friday night. When I tell you it's jam.
Oh, no.
It's chicken wings everywhere. So I'm sitting in the back with my baseball hat on, sunglasses. And the DJ is like, hey, y'all, Reverend Bryant is in the house. I said, this is not happening. So the dancers start coming over to my table.
Oh my God.
My mama watch you all the time. Speak to my mama on the phone. And that's how I got delivered from strip club.
Oh my God.
That's a true story. It's a true story.
Oh.
For the record, because I know this is going to go viral. I know the Saints are going to kill me.
Saints, yes.
I was not watching. I was there.
You were like Bill Clinton.
I was
you ain't
there.
in hell.
No, I was there for moral support for my friend who was getting married, and I was praying that God would cover him on this his last night.
Oh, my
All
goodness.
right.
Oh,
Go
my
ahead.
God. Well, see.
That's my story.
Okay.
See that?
Look at my brother's like, okay.
Yes.
Isaac is like,
Oh my.
Isaac, what are the comments right there?
Yeah, I don't want to read my comment.
The DJ will always put you on blast.
Oh, yeah, the DJ will always put you on blast.
That's myself. Well, now you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm free.
my goodness.
Oh,
I'm free.
Shouldn't have done that.
Well, but that brings up a good point, though, how you balance, especially for a single pastor.
Here we go.
What?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just, no.
You're the only family I got in this city, Yama. Don't leave me out here.
I'm not going to. I'm
Yes.
just saying how you balance
I don't know
Yes.
how you balance it.
personal, because, we Lord, Atlanta
We're going to pray for you, Pastor.
is,
You don't need
It's
to pray for me.
ATL.
Not with y'all HIV rate. You ain't got to pray for me. That report came out the first week I moved to Atlanta.
You were like, ooh.
I was like, oh, no. Baltimore got an opiate crisis. I said, I'd rather go back. Let me go back to the opiate crisis than the AIDS crisis in Atlanta.
Oh, my God.
no, I'm just saying it's got to be, I would think that it's difficult. Maybe it's not difficult. Once you make up your mind what
I've made up my
your
mind.
direction is, then
This is a CDC crisis center.
It's all
The
good.
whole city of Atlanta. I'm healed.
so you heard that, ladies, forget it.
Forget it. You live in Atlanta. Don't think
be
about
trying to talk to the pastor.
it. Not from Atlanta.
Oh, my goodness.
He said not from Atlanta.
No.
Well, we got a lot of transplants, so.
And
A lot of
you
visitors.
got a lot of trans in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
A lot of that, too.
Yeah.
A lot of that,
I'm
too.
good.
Speaking of,
Yes.
so how do you feel about the LGBTQ community, like, being active in the church? Because I know some people
Yes.
are, some of the saints don't like it.
Tell me what
That's
you
a
mean by
mess.
being active in the church.
I mean, I feel like I've been to some churches where they don't want them there at all.
Yes.
You
Well,
mean
here's
like
the-
as
here's the-
part of the
You mean
join
like
the
to be in the
church?
choir, to be on the usher board?
Yeah, they don't want.
No,
they don't want
and
none
I
of
think
that.
that's the hypocrisy of the church. I don't know how you would say you don't want LGBT in your church, but you got adulterers in the church. You got fornicators in the church.
Yeah.
You have liars in the church. I don't know any area of life, any area of brokenness or vulnerability that God is afraid of. It is only our insecurity. God ain't threatened by anybody. And I think that the church has got to be open to everybody, or else we're not really the church. We're just a clique.
I agree. It's just she don't preach. We at service, girl. You know.
honey, look, and Bible study is this evening. What time is?
It was last night.
Oh, it was last night.
You
It
are
was
taking
last
church
night.
announcements from somebody who been to church once. So don't y'all listen to Yama.
It was
We shifted to Tuesday.
evening, remember?
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. It's not the traditional
Lord
Wednesday
have
night
mercy.
Yes.
in the middle of the week.
This woman been to church once and trying to give you church
First
announcements.
of all, I've been to
What
your
t-
church once.
that's what I'm talking about.
Let's be clear.
To my church once. Yes. Thank you.
That's because we need
What
a
time is
North
service
New
on
birth.
Sunday? What time is?
9:30.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
What time is service?
9:30 Sunday
It's
morning.
not real early. That's not that early.
Yeah, we can still get there.
Yeah. I thought he was
Even
about to say
driving
8:30.
over an hour. That's how long it take me to get there.
Ooh.
Listen, how long
Yeah.
did it take you to get to Lennox?
To where?
Lennox.
I don't fool with Lennox. It be crazy people in that
Fits.
mall. I don't go.
Perimeter.
I online.
Oh, listen.
Isaac stays at Lennox, so he has no reason not to be at church.
Listen, Isaac Hayes will have a reserved parking space at my church.
Come on, come on.
I'm not even putting the third. I just want to say it.
Isaac
I have a
Hayes.
reserved parking space for Isaac Hayes at New Birth.
Well, I must say it looks like you have had a warm welcome. The community has really
Atlanta
embraced you.
Has shown me so much love. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. The preachers of Atlanta gave me a welcome reception. 300 preachers showed up.
Wow.
A couple of weeks ago, 2 rows from the Nation of Islam came to church.
Oh, wow.
The National Black Panther Party now been coming to church with their bus outside.
What?
Oh, no, it's been crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Atlanta has, it's been great.
I mean, I think that I think our community, we have lots of leaders, and so it's great to have another leader in the city. So you've already done some things. So
Yes.
what other things are you planning as far as outreach, especially with the city of Atlanta?
Let me tell you this, my next biggest project is going to shut Atlanta down.
Uh-oh.
And I want you to come broadcast live
Okay.
when I do it.
We can do that.
Okay.
I'm telling you now.
We can do that.
Okay? It's my first time saying it in any media platform. New Birth already knows about it.
Oh,
So
get the scoop, y'all.
beyond our tithes and offerings, beginning Sunday, in 5 weeks, we're going to raise $40,000 to $50,000. We're going to the city jail of Atlanta the day before Easter and paying the bail of every person who's been sitting there for nonviolent offenses
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
to
Y'all
bring them
hear
home
that?
for Easter.
That's
no.
awesome.
That's awesome.
It's going to be crazy. We're splitting it up, so it's 50,000. We're going to split 25 and 25 for female prisoners and male prisoners. Whatever that number is, we're going to split it in half. And then we're going to bring up buses to the jail. I don't know if that's what it's called here. The jail, the penitentiary, whatever it is.
Jail.
The jail.
We down the street.
Right
We go to the
street?
jail.
Yes. So we're
Right street or the one that's around the corner from us?
yes. We're bringing motor coach buses to the jail.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Pulling them, paying all of their bail out, working with the state's attorney for the city of Atlanta. And then taking them to the
Howard.
church. We're taking them to the church. We have a family life center. Showering them. We got hairdressers who are coming to get their hair straight. Barbers that are coming. We're putting them in dresses and in suits. And then having their family members pick them up from church. And the reason being is we don't want their children to see them in jail fatigue.
Yeah.
But to see them really in a new lease on life. And so it's going to be an incredible
That is awesome.
time. So I want you all to come.
That's awesome.
That is so amazing.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's going to bless so many souls that day.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
And the
though.
families too,
Oh, no,
the kids
absolutely.
to see.
So in that, I don't even know how did we leave the TI meeting on Sunday? I don't know how we went from TI to Magic City.
I don't
I was
know.
telling y'all
That's-
about the
that's-
Gucci meeting.
That's pretty.
Oh my God. No, y'all not going to throw my guy under the bus.
I mean,
So,
you know, it is Atlanta. It's TI.
Yeah.
Right.
So all of you who are listening, I want you to come to New Birth on Resurrection Sunday in protest to the fashion industry and all that it means to Black people putting materialism as a priority, and we got style over substance. For our church on Easter Sunday, we're asking everybody to wear jeans and T-shirts. Don't buy
love it.
nothing new. Don't wear nothing new.
Oh, wow.
It is not Rip the Runway. It's not Ebony Fashion Fair.
It's not
But our
Runway.
focus has got to be
Yeah.
on Christ and not on clothes.
Can you speak about that for just a
Yes.
moment? Because I feel like that, if I could wear jeans all the time, I just feel like, I know I can.
Yes.
But you feel like you can't.
Yeah, so that,
When you go to Black churches, you feel like you got to dress to the nines.
Yeah, because when you go, I go to a church that's predominantly white. You can wear whatever you want to wear there.
Buckhead
But I don't
Church.
feel that.
yes.
And unfortunately, that's some of the reasons why I stopped going to certain churches, because I felt judged. Mm-hmm. and I felt uncomfortable. So then I couldn't concentrate on what was being taught.
Now, Heather, we're going to have a whole nother conversation.
I'm being serious, though.
As am
I
I.
am too.
The fact that you feel more comfortable at a white church is a problem for me.
No, but and
No,
and
no,
you
no.
talking
Let's
about
not go
church.
past
No,
that too
because we're
fast.
talking about
Oh, you
the
at
same
that church?
Yes.
Andy Stanley.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a real problem.
Sorry.
Isaac Hayes, you go to this white church?
No.
Huh? Isaac, your father was Black Moses now. And y'all going to a colonized gospel. Come on now.
You know what?
Andy
Don't
Stanley, you know him.
shade.
Yeah, I know who he is. No, here's my problem, Heather. And we can go to bat on it. Is that when you deal with multicultural churches, always, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, always when you deal with a multicultural church, it's always a white pastor. Something is systemically wrong that people who are Caucasian can't take leadership from a Black pastor. So now, if you saying you need coffee to feel comfortable, you need jeans to feel comfortable, you want donuts in the lobby, I'll go to Krispy Kreme by the pound.
But this is the thing. I feel bad because I don't feel like it's, and that's unfortunate. I don't feel like it's the pastor that's made me uncomfortable.
It's
It's
the
the congregation.
I understand
And I'm
that,
like-
but you are in a city that is overwhelmingly Black,
Yes.
right? With a Black mayor, a Black congressman, Black city council. But in order for you to be spiritually led, you got to go to a white guy to feel comfortable. Well, that's a problem for me.
Yeah, we
On
knew.
this, the last week of Black History
we
Month.
knew it was gonna be a problem. We didn't really want to
Listen,
mention
yeah,
it,
no,
but
no,
it's
we
the
here.
truth.
The truth.
Yeah, no.
But
I mean, but this is the thing. I haven't heard like what you're doing on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
I have never heard of a pastor of a Black congregation doing that. And people want to wear their Easter hat.
Or any.
Yes.
Any church. I've never heard that.
Now you've heard
And
it.
it's-
You
and it's-
coming?
Oh.
Now we live on the radio. What you gonna do?
better
And
come.
I want to say this. Hear me very carefully, because I know the evangelicals are gonna do op-eds and blogs on what I'm saying. I need you to hear my heart and my intention. I am not saying that Andy Stanley's not a good pastor. I think he's
Well, I
an.
think that- I get that.
I know you do because you go there. I'm saying me.
Yeah.
I'm on the record. I think he's an excellent communicator. I think he has a heart for God. I think he has a life of integrity. I think he has pure hands. My issue is I'm trying to figure out, of all of the Black churches that are here in Atlanta, if we were in Tulsa, Heather, I would drive you there. If we were in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, I would pick you up in the morning. If we was in New Hampshire, we would honk on the way passing Bernie Sanders' house. But if we live in Atlanta, there's a disconnect for me. And let me tell you, part of the reason why is that there are more Black people at that church
No,
than any Black church in Atlanta. Fight me on it.
it's a lot. No, it's a
Yes.
lot. It's definitely a mix.
Yes.
They have
When here is the
co-pastors,
reality,
but not-
nobody is dealing with the largest Black church in Atlanta is not pastored by somebody Black. Deal with it. So we can't be like, this is Chocolate City Part 2. And come on now, and y'all got to go see the Michelangelo Jesus. Yeah, y'all are the children of soul.
Don't
For those
ask
of
me.
you, no.
I'm just telling
those of
don't
you who
ask
are
me.
just watching.
You know what?
Listen, it's only me and Isaac Hayes, the third. I'm in the studio. I'm in the studio with the daughter of James Brown and the daughter of Isaac Hayes. And they are telling me they go to a church with no picture of Black Moses. I don't understand
Will
how that works.
Will you put Black Moses up in Newburgh?
Yes.
Okay.
Black Moses is getting ready to be my assistant pastor. He ain't even got to preach. I just want him sitting there.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Oh my goodness.
You're right, Pastor. You're right.
right.
And we it's just
I'm praying. It's all right.
We feel
There's
some type
therefore
of way.
no condemnation. We in it together.
I can
to think
honestly
about.
tell you, if you weren't here, I wouldn't go to no other church in the city
I'm gonna have
outside
you
of
do my
Andy
commercial.
Stanley. I wouldn't.
I agree.
I mean, honestly, that is the way I feel. And it's not just because we're friends. It is the truth.
Because I actually watched a snippet of one of your services online, and I was like, wow. But you know, that drive, I was like, that drive. But I've never even considered, I've been to other churches,
Yes.
but to actually consider to feel connected to the message, don't usually happen.
Well, we're going to commute. We're going to get on the HOV lane and go together. How about
Yes.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
We get the HOV lane. I get that.
Thank
Because we
you.
live closer together.
I got it.
So
Very
because
nice.
that was just the reason. I just didn't like the feeling of and then it's also a thing for me. Like I don't want to say I have a problem, but I don't know if Yama or Isaac do. It's just like you don't really want nobody to know who your parent is. I don't.
I'm never gonna call your name.
Okay, so
I'm gonna call your brother's name. Nah, I ain't gonna ever gonna call
Get
you.
away. He can't
get away with it. So you got a
I ain't
problem.
never Heather. You are in witness protection.
Thank you.
I promise you, I'm never gonna call your name. I recognize Yama. I didn't say who her dad was.
See, some people in the
Yes.
I've been places where they recognize me and they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh,
But
there
I
goes that.
feel
Let
like-
me
Yeah,
go.
no. You good.
Yeah.
And you're there for what everyone else is there for.
Yeah.
You don't need, you don't want to be singled out. And I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't. Then that's
Yeah.
just kind of, you'd be like, oh, let me not be here.
Well, outside of us getting scolded for going
Yes.
to Andy Stanley's church.
We just
tell
having a
us-
dialogue. We just having a discussion. That's it.
I know.
He's a great guy. Andy Stanley, for the record, is a great pastor. Did I say that? I want to say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's going to be misconstrued.
That's all right. We're
I
not
think
going to
he's
chop
great.
it up and just.
I think his
and just
father's
play
great.
that word.
We're not going to chop this up because he did
right.
not say that. He said that was not the point of the conversation. So
Yes.
I got what you were trying to say.
Thank you.
So definitely.
All right.
Heather, you have any more questions before?
I don't have any. He done told us all his business. I'm
Man,
good. I be
I'm
liking to be
telling
nosy
you, we
now.
had
We
some
good.
exclusive information on this here interview. And I love it. All right, so before we go out,
Yes.
what's next for New Birth outside of
the
prison.
The prison.
because we gonna be there live
Yeah,
and in
so-
living color.
One of the things that I'm most excited and proud of about New Birth that a lot of people don't know or really discuss is New Birth is the largest landowner of any black church in America.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we sit on 250 acres. And so there is a whole lot of development
Did you? Yes.
that we're getting ready to broker, to live by example on, that I'm excited about, that we're still working on. So when we cut through some red tape, I'll come back and announce what it is.
Yes, definitely.
We're going to be
That's
doing a
awesome.
whole lot of economic development and land development for DeKalb County that's going to change the economic infrastructure for black people in the county.
That's so important.
Well, but
That's so important.
before we let him go,
Yes.
Okay.
We
He
never
has
talked
to-
about Jussie Smollett. We got to talk about
Oh
that.
yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead. Well, we got a minute. Go on.
Huh?
Yeah. Tell us.
First of all, I want to know, do y'all think he's telling the truth?
I do
You do?
to a certain extent.
I don't think he's telling the whole truth.
I don't think he's telling the whole truth, but I don't think he staged it.
I don't know.
He staged it. Oh, no, he staged it. Yeah, no.
Why are you so convicted? Why are you convicted? Like with
Okay.
that he
Yeah,
staged
Yama
because
is the only.
Let me
I don't know.
Okay, let's
I'm
deal with
still
let's deal with a
convicted.
couple of facts.
Okay.
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 His plane is delayed for 4 hours from New York. He calls the two Nigerians, lets them know that the
The
plane
black
is
crispy
delayed.
Nigerians.
Yes, he lets them know the plane is delayed, right? We now have footage of them buying the mask and the noose, right? It's 1:30 in the morning. Heather, Yama, Isaac, we've all stayed in wonderful hotels, correct?
Yes.
He's staying at the Lowe's Hotel.
That's a nice hotel.
Yes, it is a 4-star hotel downtown Chicago. I want to ask you, just in logic, you were stuck on a plane for 4 hours before it took off. You land at 12:37. You check in the Lowe's Hotel, the coldest night of the year. It is 15 degrees below zero. ... And Lowe's is 24-hour room service. I'm not a detective. I just want to ask. If it's 15 degrees below zero, right? It's 15 degrees below zero. Are you going to order room service?
Absolutely.
Or, here's your option, or walk to Subway.
I'm going to
If
order
that's
room
your
service.
dining options, are you gonna order room service in the comfort of your home in the free bathrobe they gave you? Seriously. Or you're gonna walk the streets in 15 below zero. That's number one. Number two, are you going to walk for 4 blocks with a noose around your neck? You're not going to throw it off? Keep that noose on for an additional hour until the police come. Well, not saying nothing.
No.
I'm thinking about what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, that's 2.
Okay.
Number 3, if I'm jumped, both of you all are in entertainment industry. Both of you have been in Hollywood exposed. That's not my world. You're jumped, beat up in the middle of the night. Before the police, you're calling your manager in L.A. Your manager's not with you. Your manager's in L.A. I'm not a detective. I'm just asking.
How you know all this information?
This is public.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
public.
where's your Google?
I
No.
don't know. I mean, where'd you get it from? The
Listen.
police?
No. This is CNN.
Wow.
Third, before you talk to police,
Fake news. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not a detective. Before you talk to police, you talk to Lee Daniels?
No.
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 Well,
Yes.
we won't.
Yeah,
We
come
won't
on
say
now.
that on air, but I'll say that's what me.
Go
and you-
ahead and say it. You said it. We said it yesterday.
Because
didn't we?
say it on air.
because their
No.
telepathic messages is they know adding that to the recipe raises other eyebrows of what the story really is.
Yeah,
They're not going to say
That's
it.
why I said
Yes.
it's a bigger picture. I
It's
think
a
something
bigger
else.
picture.
That's what I
And
thought.
by virtue of the fact that Lee is B.I.G. notorious for firing people. So by virtue of the fact that he's not fired them, there's another circle of trust.
Yeah.
There's another circle of trust. What that includes, I do not know.
So where do you think he goes from here,
His
though?
career's over.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He's going to be teaching theater at a local high school.
Oh Jesus!
Sis,
Well,
the only way he
and
comes
his
out of
music
this.
too? You think his
No, it's
music?
done. See, because he was the first one, in this our last show of Black History Month, he was the first one to ever, Yama, unify the black and gay community. We've never come together for nothing.
Yeah.
Jussie brought us together on a lie. And now we got to go our own separate ways because where it could have been a bridge for healing, it is now a breach. The only way he can save it is in the next 5 minutes while Mueller is testifying.
Cohen.
He go have a press conference and say, hey, I was high that night. Seriously.
Yeah.
He has a press conference because black people are the most forgiving people on the planet.
Yes.
I've been going through emotional trauma. I was on opiates. And, I'm
The
going,
opiates.
if he
Yeah.
today says I'm checking in the rehab center for 30 days, they've already cut him from the last 2 scenes of episodes. I'm gone. I'm going to be back when I get myself together. When Empire comes back in September,
He gonna be on there.
like Jesse's our guy. He's gonna be on tour, talking about leave drugs alone. Seriously, he will be the poster child
Yeah.
for abuse and victimization. But if he keeps holding to this lie, I don't know where Jesse goes.
Yeah, I don't. Ooh.
I don't know where he goes. Especially when they send down that bill that he got to pay back the Chicago Police Department.
Ooh. That's a
Man.
hefty bill.
And you can't get sympathy from hardworking black people when you making $65,000 an episode.
125,000.
An episode.
Yes.
Cause see, he already got that.
$125,000 an episode.
Yes.
Yeah, he already
So
got
the
that
65
increase.
he got that increase. So he's making $125,000 an episode.
An episode.
And how many episodes is in a season? 12?
It at least
16?
10. Yeah.
16.
Well, Lee, if you listening, You need a Jamal replacement.
What you
I'm
gonna do?
Jamal.
You can dance.
I can't dance or sing.
But you need a pastor on the show.
You need a pastor on the show.
You can play
Lord.
yourself.
Somebody got to talk to Lucius.
Because Lucius
Somebody
going
got to
crazy
talk
right
to Lucius,
now.
man. It's going nuts.
All right, well.
We just gonna pray for him.
Thank
I feel
y'all for
bad
having
for
me.
him. Thank you. This was awesome.
Thank you. And thank you
Yes.
for your patience. Yama's been trying to get me here for 2 months.
Yeah.
And I apologize. We started on Mondays, then we went to Tuesdays.
Yep.
But
And
I
now
mean, I
we're
was like,
here.
he got it. That's a lot going on. He got to get it together. So I mean, all in fair. But you have to do a drop first before you leave.
All right.
So you have to say, I am Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yes.
And I'm with this. You can't say. We can say hanging with the Soul Sisters on Dash Radio.
Yeah.
I want to know why y'all don't give Isaac no love.
Because Isaac has his own show. You can come back and talk to him on Southside.
I'm coming back to Isaac's show.
Are you sure Southside plays
It's all
some?
right.
Okay.
It's all right. I'm Dr. Jamal Bryant of New Birth Church, and I'm hanging with the Soul Sisters on Dash Radio.
You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.